So we just completed the first phase of our move to our new office here in Sandy Springs, and it's a beautiful location. We have about a month until we move into our permanent space, and so far things have gone pretty well. A few bumps in the road, there's been some miscommunications, things that didn't go exactly as planned, a few extra costs that we didn't anticipate, and that's just what change does. It's very common with a major change, and even a really good change creates complexity and disruption. And so many times I've seen leaders underestimate that. We tend to talk about change in positive language, growth, progress, innovation, momentum, and for good reason. But even good change creates a lot of friction. Even the right move can slow people down before it speeds them up. A new strategy, a new project, a new leader, a new process, a new structure, a growing team, a new team, any one of these may be exactly the right call, but living through it is rarely smooth. Change almost always adds more moving parts than we predict. Priorities definitely get muddy and communication does break down, and decision-making can get slow and accountability can get fuzzy. And too many leaders miss both sides of this change equation, the benefits and the cost. They underestimate the disruption that change creates, and they tend to introduce change that didn't really need to happen without really adding enough value to justify the cost. Really great leaders ask questions like, what is this change really going to take? Is it really worth the disruption? That discipline of knowing when to change and when to leave well enough alone is just as important as the ability to execute the change when it's needed. So, as leaders, we're not trying to introduce change for its own sake. The goal is progress with as little wreckage as possible. Thanks for watching.